Hi everybody, as usual I'm Nelson Buck and this is Nelson's Thoughts, and tonight we are going to look over something that I've been seeing about a website. I'm not really happy with the person who runs this website. I did some business with this person, and I'll be honest with you, we had a falling out. But I'm seeing something really worrisome about this guy's website, and I'm going to do a commentary on this. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is fact. You can do what you want to do in regards to this. This is an email that I got from the downliner. Problem number one, it was not dedicated to me whatsoever. It was the downliner, urgent news. My name's not even in this. First rule number one, when you send an email to somebody, you send them to their name. Hello, Nelson Buck, or hello, Joe Smith, or hello, Mary Jane, or Spider-Man, or, God forbid, Logan Paul, right? I had to get that name in there, just so I can put his picture on a thumbnail. So a few days ago, TDL experienced, and this is, TDL experienced an attack. However, whilst it did little damage, I went to work on investigating the case. It turned out the reset password form had a tiny security hole which allowed someone to change a password without requiring the link sent to a member's email. Okay, so you're requesting your password change, you're not getting an email, you're just basically jumping over to a link, from what I understand. You're just gonna, I don't know. Whatever, however is password change. Maybe I'll take a second, I'll go do a password change. It doesn't matter, this is old. Once it was discovered, the reset form and its inner codings were taken offline whilst it was, who says whilst anymore? We're 2018, get with it. While, not whilst. Good. Once it was discovered, the reset form and its inner coding were taken offline whilst it was reworked. However, the next day, it seemed that the server was compromised and the PHP initialization file was altered to remove certain translating elements, which resulted in total site internal server errors. Okay. If you are running PHP, which is a language which runs websites like WordPress, if you're running PHP and you're programming, and you're so crappy and unknowledgeable of your programming skills that you caused a glitch that's virtually impossible to be done. What I'm saying this is, I'm a programmer, I program in PHP, and I know for a fact that there is nothing that you can program on a website, on a web page that's publicly accessible, that would change the php.ini file. The php.ini file is the command, is the configuration file. It's telling the server how to run PHP. Okay. Yes, there are. I mean, if you literally went in and said, computer, open this file, php.ini, modify this information in there, save the file, and then continue. If you did that as a programmer, you're incompetent. You are beyond incompetent. You do not let a script of any sort handle a configuration file as important and as ingrained in the server as the PHP ini file, or what he calls the initialization file, to make it sound proper. What most likely happened here was Kerry, the owner of the downliner.com, went into his back-end control panel and cPanel, probably the WHM, and went in and said, oh, look at that. I have an update to do. I'm running PHP 5.0, and I'm supposed to be at 7.0. Yes, go ahead. Click the button and update PHP. By experience, you don't do that. You upgrade it regularly, not jump from 3 versions, okay? It's happened to me. I've done it. From PHP 3 to PHP 5.5. Bang! PHP ini file was corrupted. I didn't reinstall the server. I reinstalled PHP. Now, let's continue on. TDL, the downliner, has been live for years now, for, and I'll show you the registration in just a second. Actually, let's go look at it right now. Let's go look at it right now. Let's go to whois.com. Okay? Because I don't want you guys to think I'm just making this stuff up, okay? Thedownliner.com. Oops, wrong one. Liner.com. There you go. It was registered in May of 2013, and it expires in May of 2018. We're not done the 5th year, so it's 4 years and a bit that it is registered. Now, I can't prove this part, but back when I first dealt with Kerry, the owner of this site, these name servers were not Cloudflare. It was something else. I believe it was Bluehost or DreamHost, something like that. I was pretty sure that's what it was. This has recently been changed. So either he did it, he corrupted his configuration on his server, or he's moved to a new server. Okay, but I'm going to tell you why I'm going to say that. Continuing on. Now remember, he's blaming a hacker for the server to be down here. Okay, TDL has been live for years now without any issues. That's a complete lie. His site has been offline at least once a year for the last 5 years. Okay, without any issues. So it was expected that as a site gains in popularity, it becomes a target for those trying to exploit a site security to defraud its members. Okay, Kerry claims to have about 15,000 members on his site. He's never been able to tell me face-to-face how many active members, live members, even per month are on there. By doing a little bit of analysis in the back end and seeing how many posts are being made, how many people are interacting, I'm guessing there's between 500 and 1,000 active members out of 15,000. He's not that big. He's trying to make you guys sound like he's Facebook or Twitter or Google here. Like the size of our site is expected that it will be attacked. Mardox has a lot more traffic, a lot more members, and a lot more content. And we don't have security issues that are meant to defraud its members. Now this gets fun. Now so far, if you read what I just wrote, has a hack. It turns out that it was corrupted. Once he discovered it, he found it, gave you some plausible deniability of a PHP INI file that most people in this world would not know what this is. You would read that, your eyes would glaze over, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess you did good. Does that ring a bell? Do you feel like that when you read this? And then he goes explaining how our site's going to be so big that we're expected to get hacked, so don't be scared. We're on this. No, you're not, Kerry. You're an incompetent PHP programmer who knows nothing what he's doing. If you crashed your server with PHP INI being corrupted, you crashed your own server, or you moved providers and you're lying to your members, saying you've been hacked. In reality, you didn't pay your bill at the previous host and you went to a new host. It's one of those two things. I'm thinking you corrupted your own server by doing an improper upgrade. Like most people do, they do the upgrade, they don't pay attention, they reboot the server or don't read the instructions, and it corrupts. Okay? So stop lying to your members. No hacker touched your site. No hacker cares about your site. You process through PayPal, and I think Payza. If anybody's going to hack anything, they're going to hack PayPal, not you. For what? A few thousand people that go on traffic exchanges to get their username and passwords? Whoop-de-doo. Okay? You're not that big. Stop making people think you're that big. Let's go on. I'm sorry I'm getting triggered. This really is my inner thoughts. This guy just boils my blood. Now, as the system was designed, now this is funny. Remember what I just talked about? You're talking about security and hackers. Now, as the system was designed to deal with all monetary policies manually, it meant Now, as the system was designed to deal with all monetary policy manually, it meant if you had commissions or commission pending in the system, then if a hacker, this is a run-on sentence, if a hacker tried to request a withdrawal, it would first have to manual authentication which is the human element. Okay, so he's trying to say the withdrawal would have to go through human authentication. In other words, he confirms every payment. He has to. He doesn't have automatic payout. He's got to go through PayPal and type your name in and say, pay you this much money. There's no security there. It's just he's got to do a little bit of work, which is the human element. So there's no need for panic. Your commissions, downline information are safe and are backed up regularly. How is it safe if he's backing it up regularly? All he's doing is saying that he makes a copy of it in case his server crashes. He's still got a copy to restore it. He's not saying that it's secure. Does he encrypt his data? How does he secure? Does he have a firewall? Does he have a Barracuda installed like I do to watch for this kind of hacking and security penetration? Also, if you were to say, request a withdrawal from a member named John Smith, but whose PayPal email was Alan Wake, then obviously that would ring alarm bells, and the user requesting payout would be contacted for confirmation. Okay, so he's looking at the email address that you have at the payout. He's looking at their names. I know by experience, you don't get all their names, especially if it's a corporation. So what would happen? Hey, Nelson Buck here. I'd like to have a withdrawal, and I want you to pay it out to support at support at mardocs.com or accounts at mardocs.com. And if you look up that account on PayPal, it's Mardocs Corp, not Nelson Buck. So, I don't get my commissions. We'll contact them. Yeah, right. Wow. He's not all he's saying is that he's going to go through PayPal and check names on PayPal accounts if he can. If you give me your email address to pay out to, I cannot see your name and information on your PayPal account, not unless you paid me for something. So unless you're a paying member to his service, he can't confirm the name and email address and information. He can't do it. There has to be an initial sale. Now, did you purchase on one email address and you want to receive on the other? If you're receiving on a second email address like I do, excuse me, you will not see my name and details. So with that said, I have decided to do a complete wipe and reload of the site and its databases over the next few days. However, the site will still operate as normal, and as expected, there will be some downtime as the server software is updated. Oh, wait here. Now he's updating software. There will be some downtime as the server software is updated. Oh, so he is updating PHP and MySQL in the back end. Oh, so there was no hack. I get it. He's about to do the updates, and this is a preemptive explanation of we've been hacked in case the server went down. That makes more sense to me, but he just confirmed it. I'm going to do a complete wipe. Listen, I have a server with a 10 terabyte drive on it. Half of it's full. If I get a problem with PHP, I don't wipe out the server. It's like, this would be like you saying, let's see, you have a leaky faucet in your house. You tried to change it and you caused a pipe to burst. You turned off the water and you're fixing the pipe. But in the meantime, you're tearing down the entire house and rebuilding it from scratch just to make sure that everything's safe. No, you fix the pipe, you fix the faucet, you're done, you continue on. You fix PHP, you don't reinstall the entire server. A complete wipe of the website and a complete reload of the site and its databases. I call bullshit on this. You want Nelson's thoughts? This is a unique Nelson's thoughts, okay? Let's continue. We will be back up and running shortly, and don't worry, as the server encrypts your password, and the only information stored is your username, first name, last name, email address. There is very little information that can be used to compromise a member. We do not take credit cards or addresses information outside on-site, and nothing sensitive is stored in our database. So then what's the point of putting this out? You're basically freaking people out saying that you've been hacked. But don't worry. There's nothing important, and your password is encrypted. But don't worry, there's nothing important for hackers that could use against you. You're safe with us. Wow. So what you can expect over the next few days is intermittent service whilst. Why don't you just say whilst. Many sites would use this hack as an excuse to shut up shop. Shut up shop. We are allowing the service to continue as normal, so it causes minimum disruption to our members. Wow. Okay. Hey, look at me. I'm Kerry. I run a downliner.com. I'm telling you this now, and I'm taking these efforts to protect you because I'm golden. Listen, after reading this, if you have an account with him, seriously, shut it down. A person has your name and email address, it's already enough. If you're using that email address on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere else, the person already knows your name and email address enough to do some damage. Okay? They can sell your list to spammers, which could essentially send you viruses through email. You have got no idea how much information he's storing or where he's getting it from, how much information he's storing on IP addresses, what you clicked on, when you clicked on it. Go look at his website. It's highly interactive. Okay? If you have a commission with this guy, if you have an amount owing to you, get it. This email almost tells me that he's running out of funds. This almost sounds to me like an email like, oh, don't worry, we might be down for a couple of days. There might be money in there. Don't worry. So here's the other thing. Let's go to the downliner.com. And I want to show you something else here. I want to show you something that I saw. Member login. Oh, anybody want my username and my password? I'm more than willing to give it out to you. No problem. You guys can access this. No problem. Hey, let's report this ad. Let's report it and say it's malicious. There we go. Hey, I did my part for today, right? What? Bogus. Why would you do that on an ad on a front page? Review your ads, then put, instead of putting a menu saying, report this ad, which means he doesn't even look at the ad, okay? So, wow. I went in here and I went to support. Contact support. And let's look at this. Now, this guy has a fetish for putting out negative news about his business in order to get people to bring people in. For those of you recently received a large number of emails from the server with the subject "Apologies, TLD was stuck in a programming loop across the entire member base, and due to the enormous number of emails queued in, it did take a number of hours to repair. In that time, you may have received more than one email containing this subject. TLD would like to apologize for this." Now, TLD is the downliner. "Yes, the email is ironic to apologize for a glitch with a glitch, but you do not need to submit a support ticket, as we are well aware of these issues and have since resolved it." Now, let's go back here. I want to show you something here, and then I'm going to come back to this letter, and I'm going to tie it all together. I've got proof here. Do you remember I said when I did the domain name lookup, I said I remember this being as DreamHost or Bluehost. It was not Cloudflare. I can't prove it because I didn't keep a snapshot of what it was back a year ago. And yeah, so I don't have the information from a year ago, and yeah, this whois doesn't give you the information for it. But I do remember clearly this was a different host coming into his support ticket. For those of you who have recently received a large number of emails from the server with a subject, "Apologies, TLD was stuck in a programming loop across the entire member base." No, TLD, the downliner, was stuck in a programming loop because the programmer is an incompetent fool who does not know how to program in PHP. Name is Kerry because he's the only programmer on the site, and he'll say he's the best of the best out there. He's not. You don't have to write this stuff if you know how to program. You test your scripts before you go out. When I send out emails with my system, I have a function where I populate the queue. There's an initial queue, mail queue population of one message. I press send, the mail gets sent, I get it, I look at it, and the system says all good. I get the message, I read the outgoing message, and then there's a secondary queue where I have to go push the button again, and then that mails to everybody. And funny enough, it only mails one message to each person. Now this went out, and look at this. You blocked, no reply, at thedownliner.com. Messages from this address will be blocked, marked as spam. I did that because I received well over 500 copies of that I apologize email for another problem which he was apologizing for. Not the mail going out apology. This letter here is the apology. The apology. This block of text here is the apology for the loop sending out an email apologizing for another problem that happened to do with PHP and a glitch. He says it right here. Yes, the email is ironic to apologize for a glitch with a glitch. Kerry, stop programming. Go take a course in server administration, server security, and PHP programming. It's not expensive, dude. $100 total. You need it. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so triggered when I see this. I am so triggered when I see this stuff. And I opened a support ticket because I sent him a message saying, dude, this is ridiculous. In order to streamline support requests and better serve you, support the okay, so okay, let's tie it all together now. Let's say you have a website at DreamHost, Bluehost, or whatever host. I know there was one, and it wasn't Cloudflare. Let's say you program a script and you send out an email. Let's say that script gets stuck in a loop. You go off to bed, swig down a beer, or like they say in England, drink some lager or an ale, go off to bed, wake up in the morning, and discover that you have, 100,000, 1 million emails stuck in here. If I got 1,000 and he's got so-called 15,000, there could easily be 1.5 million emails that were stuck in the queue, crashing the server. The provider, the host, the one that the name servers, the hosts of his site, the ones that rent him the space for his site, would have said, "Oh, hell no!" And it would have went click with the switch, and his site would have been offline. If it was DreamHost, if I remember, I was with DreamHost, and I did have an error once with mail, and they shut me down, and they called it backscatter. They shut me down. I had to get on my hands and knees and kiss the ground they walked on and beg for 2 days before they would open the server and allow me 4 hours to get my content so that I could have the most recent databases, and I had to move my site. 4 hours. And I'm telling you, it was 4 hours to the minute, to the second. 4 hours hit, it was click off. These guys don't mess around. Okay? Being that this is Cloudflare, it's most likely that his site went offline. He moved to Cloudflare. He was running scripts. Cloudflare probably didn't have those libraries installed. He then had to call Cloudflare. Could you please install these scripts, these libraries? I need this for my site, blah, blah, blah. And now he's back up and running. Hence, the whole thing about the loop. Apologizing about the apology for something else. If you guys are doing business with this person, and I'm at the point of I'm sick of seeing his emails. I've unsubscribed multiple times. I am sick of seeing his emails. I mean, I have gone to the point of blocking his butt from anything that comes in to my Gmail account. I had to unblock this one so I could show you guys. I'm so sick of this guy and his incompetence. If you strongly think that Kerry, owner, designer, coder, marketer, and team builder, sorry, my throat. If you honestly think that any and all of your information is secure with this incompetent fool, shut your account down. Get out. You are risking access to your data to possible hackers. You're risking your information with other people out there. Was he hacked? Did he screw up? I mean, I don't know about you. He's got an email that says apologies for another. He's apologizing for another problem, but this one gets stuck in the queue on an infinite loop, crashing the server, possibly causing his previous host provider to shut him down, hence having him send out this letter saying, we've been hacked. So he's completely lying to his clients and his people, because you cannot, any competent programmer would not directly link to the php.ini file to do changes directly to it. If it was a hacker, it wasn't through his website script. It was a hacker through the server. Hence, he's incompetent because he has holes that he never patched. This letter, his claim, the move of his site, the fact there's another problem that I don't know about, I can't find it, and he's apologizing for an apology, and apologizing again, I would get out. In fact, I'm closing my account with him. I want nothing more to do with this person. He is so off his rocker if he thinks he's a businessman. Wow. I'm going to leave that with you. It's my opinion that this guy should not be done business with. If you have an account with him, it's my opinion that I strongly suggest to my members, close your account with him. Get out of that site. Get away from this guy. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. Look at all the incompetent problems and the lies. TLD has been live for years now without any issues. This is complete crap. And if somebody really wants to prove, I can probably go back and get copies of the emails that were sent out for the previous problems. I'm counting 3 right now. This one, the one that we don't know about that he was apologizing, and the stuck mail in a mail queue that got stuck. There's 3 problems right there. And if the way he's saying it, that's all in 1 week. Holy Toledo. Okay, so I'm not just going. I did my rant. I hope somebody out there listens to me. Pass the word on. Tell others. Please tell others about this. Get the word out. This guy cannot continue. He needs to go to school and learn how to do his programming and then come back and be a responsible programmer. I'm done with this. Anyways, on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and comment. This is Nelson's Thoughts, and I'm going to have another one. This is a very lengthy one, actually. I think we went to, a half an hour. But, yeah, subscribe, like, and comment. I'm going to have my regular one tomorrow morning, or in the morning. Let's call it, this isn't Nelson's Thoughts. Let's call this the Nelson's Public Service Announcement, my PSA, okay? So I will see you guys later.